both social channels and the Pac-12 Now app. And I would like to welcome Oregon State head coach Scott Ruick, Katie McWilliams, and Michaela Pivick. Coach, I'll let you open, and then we'll take a few questions.
Okay. Thought ASU played a really good game tonight. They came out aggressive, just like they did last Sunday, and did a great job on the boards. We didn't match the intensity early, and I thought that kind of set the tone for the game. And then, you know, you're behind the 8 ball and burned a lot of energy trying to get back in this game, and you got to give them credit. Ekmark was 3 for 17 in our previous 2 games combined, and you know, obviously got free a lot tonight and made us pay with those opportunities, and had a great game shooting the ball. So between her and the offensive rebounding, you know, that I felt was the difference, and you got to give them a lot of credit. And so proud of our team. I'm proud for them for battling back, you know, and came up short against a tournament team, you know, that we've had 3 really tough battles with this season. And so proud of our group. Really proud of Beaver Nation for traveling in style once again and supporting us so well.
Thank you, Coach. Again, we've got microphones on both sides. Please give us your name and outlet, and we'll start here.
Hi, Michelle Smith, Pac12.com. Katie, did you think that that shot at the end of the third quarter was kind of a catapult for you guys? Did you feel like there was momentum at that point?
Yeah, I felt like it. I don't remember what the score was at that point, but I know that things were flowing a little bit better than they had been, especially from the first half. And, so, you know, I don't know. I thought it was a good shot, and, I mean, obviously wasn't enough to pull it out today.
Carson Field, Devils in Detail. ASU ended the game on a 13-1 run, and they hadn't scored until about 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. What changed toward the end of the game?
That directed to me? Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, our previous 2 games, we ended in the exact same fashion. You know, it was just opposite. So I don't know if it's that third game, you know, just it's in your head. It's like, okay, we've got this. We're up 6. They couldn't score, and then we didn't score for probably 4 or 5 possessions, or who knows, maybe we didn't score again. I don't know after that, but it was as if it felt like, okay, this is our game. It felt very similar to the last 2 games, you know, and then we made 2 mistakes. Ekmar kicked the corner 3, and then I think we gave up an O-board layup. You know, for a 5-point run, it was a 1-point game, and then they were back in it, and they got momentum, and we couldn't get it back.
Go in the back up here.
Sky Muller, KVAL News. Scott, obviously Marie dominated the first 2 meetings against ASU. What was the difference? Was it something they did tonight to make it so you couldn't get the ball down there?
Yeah, I thought they helped. They certainly helped more than they did last game. You know, they sent 2 or 3 people at times. I thought that was one of the adjustments. We kind of felt like they would try something different like that. I didn't feel like we saw the floor as well in the first half. We did in the third quarter. That was the difference. That ball moved much more freely for us on the perimeter. You know, but we had a hard time getting her position. I don't know. I mean, we did a lot of similar things, you know, to keep Marie off the block. I'll have to watch the film. I mean, we just talked about it in the locker room. I'm not sure why she couldn't get there in this game, but she had a hard time getting deep against them.
Michelle here in the front.
Scott, to have played them 5 days ago in a tough game, I mean, it's not only to play them a third time, but to play them on that quick turn again. How much do you think that that's just a factor in playing a team and then turning around and playing them again when you've had that kind of a matchup? Yeah,
we've done it before, though. I mean, last year we did the same thing with Cal, and I don't know. I don't put too much on that. I don't, to be honest. I think they have confidence knowing that they could play with us, and probably felt like they should have won the 2 games because they were close. I know if we lose a close game, I feel that way. You know, and then we have the confidence knowing that we can win, and maybe it lulls you into a little overconfidence, possibly. I don't know, but I don't use those. It's a different game, a different day, 2 of the same teams, but I don't put too much on that.
In the back again.
Mick, what did you think was the biggest difference in this one as opposed to the other 2? Did you have trouble getting it down to Marie as well?
Yeah, they were definitely helping in a lot more on Marie, but I think the biggest difference was, like we said previously, offensive rebounding. I think at the start of the game they got 2 or 3 in a row, and we just weren't being physical enough, and that needs to change.
The minute 22 possession to start the game, kind of set the tone for the night.
Yeah.
Scott, I know you've been talking about host seeds and things for a couple of days. Did you feel like you needed to come here and get some wins to solidify that, or do you still feel like you're in the position?
Yeah, not necessarily. I think, any loss that we've had has been to a tournament team. We finished 9-1. I don't know. I know we were 9-1 in our last 10. We've beaten 2 top 10 teams, and we play in the Pac-12. And so I think we should strongly be considered for it.
In the back again.
Coach, although things, Haley, KZI. Although things didn't turn out how you guys wanted, you had done some amazing things this entire season. You have such good women of character on your team. What did you tell them after the game to encourage them to look forward?
Yeah, I just told them I'm proud of them. It's tough, to play a team 3 times, especially a tournament team like Arizona State. Extremely physical team. They challenge you in many ways. And you knew they were coming to come in confident and upset, if anything, that they got beat a week ago. And it's a new season, so very hopeful. I didn't like that we got back, but I was so proud of them for fighting back once again, and then tonight we came up short. And so I also told them it's over. This is the 3rd segment. Conference tournament is the 3rd segment of the season. It's over. Let it go, but we need to learn from it. And this team has done a great job, like you mentioned. The character on this team has turned every bit of adversity forever, for the last 8 years, every bit of adversity into positives, and we need to do the same. And so it's time to look in the mirror. How can we each get a little bit better for it and get ready for the 4th segment, which is, the NCAA tournament. And it's always an honor to play in that event. This team has earned the right to do it, and so we're going to make the most of it.
We'll take one final question.
Katie, Marie's obviously been through something like this. She's seen the good, she's seen the bad in the early exit as well. Did she give any words of wisdom to you guys after this one?
She just said keep your heads up, and she talked about how we're not done yet, and so we just need to regroup and keep each other under our belts, and we'll be fine. And she said she loves us, and so we'll be ready for the NCAA tournament.
I think that's a good place to wrap.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we welcome the Arizona State Sun Devils, head coach Charlie Turner-Thorne, players Robbie Ryan, Courtney Eckmark, and Kiana Ibis. Coach, we'll let you open, and then we'll take questions.
Okay, thank you. I'm just incredibly proud of our team. We've obviously had a great season, and we've had a lot of close games, but we've come up short quite a bit, not only to Oregon State, but other top teams in our conference. We've also beat some teams early in the conference season, and we've played Mississippi State to one possession. And so now that it's March Madness, and you want to be playing your best basketball, to see this team just come together today and dig deep, and I think went on a 13-0 run or something to close it out and just take the game was just really special, and I'm very happy for them. I'm really proud of them.
Thank you.
Charlie, there have been opportunities over the last few weeks to close out a game against a ranked team or whatever, and it hadn't happened for whatever reason. What was your confidence level that with a clean slate and a postseason tournament that you guys would be able to do it this time?
We were very confident. We were very confident because we've done it, through the season, and I just felt like we were in a good place. There were games. I remember at UCLA, Kiki Russell goes out in the early second quarter. Like we haven't, I just knew. I think our team is really in a good place right now, physically, but also just so we're healthy and just excited. I think failing. We fail. We try to fail forward, if you will. I think we've had a lot of takeaways. We just tried to learn from every game throughout the entire season. We'd look at other teams. Okay, they're doing this. Hey, they're waiting on their screens. Hey, you see them?
They're getting to 2 feet.
Yeah, they're getting to 2 feet and finding the weak side. So we've done that all year long, and so we had the utmost confidence today, and we're not done yet.
So to the players, you guys were responsible for 44 of the total 57 points. Was there something you guys were seeing in the Oregon State defense versus the first two games?
I think we were just looking to stay aggressive and looking to play for each other and play with each other. That was the biggest thing, is just moving for each other and taking good looks and try to stay poised and not settle on offense.
Courtney, you're a three-point shooter. When Katie McWilliams hit that three right at the end of the quarter, did that rattle you guys a little bit?
Yeah, that was my fault. Shouldn't have been so sucked in, but yeah, I think we bounced back really well, and I was proud of the team for the grit and toughness that we showed throughout the entire game, and just kept playing and really stayed with things.
Front row here, and then on the end.
Carson Field, Devils in Detail. You guys didn't score in the fourth quarter until about 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the period. But once you guys scored, it obviously one thing led to another, and you guys went on a 13-1 run to end the game. What was different in that portion of the game?
Sorry. I would just say the sense of urgency, like we were coming down to the last quarter, and we knew we had to take it, so we just tried to stay as aggressive as we could, and just play to each other's strengths and find our teammates when we're open.
Dylan Carter, Blaze Radio. So although she didn't necessarily stand out on the box score, 2 points and 2 rebounds for Charnay, she was very important in locking up Gulich. So what can you say about her performance tonight?
Yes, I really appreciate that question. I thought Nay was unbelievable in her effort, and it was tough. She picked up the 2 fouls in the first half, so we did, as long as we were going to stay close, we were going to kind of save her. And then, obviously it was a team effort on Gulich. I mean, we helped. We weren't going to let her beat us single-handedly again. But I thought Nay, it was just a phenomenal effort. And we said the exact same thing as our coaching staff. Like, you look at Nay's stats and you wouldn't really appreciate how much she helped us beat Oregon State tonight. She also set a lot of great screens.
Yes. Yeah, she did.
Charlie, Stanford tomorrow night. I know you want to enjoy this for another 20 minutes or so, but what do you think?
No, we've been waiting a long time, so I know everybody's ready to get out of here. So, obviously Stanford is a, tremendous team that knows how to peak and knows how to play in March, and And, you know, they've been playing their best basketball, just getting better and better as the season goes on. And so this is going to be just a fun, great game for us. You know, I mean, there's no easy games in March. So, you know, it's going to be, obviously, you know, it's kind of be the grudge match. You know, we wanted our place, they wanted their place. And I think we're excited about that. You know, we really liked our bracket, just kind of where it played in terms of just how our Pac-12 season went. And, you know, it'll be challenging, but we're going to be up for it.
We'll take one last question in the back.
This is for the players. Candace Coots, Pac-12 Networks. You allowed some access into your locker room, and so there was a lot of joy in there and some preparation to cover Coach's hair. Can you just talk about that moment and just letting it out and releasing and explain why that was so hilarious?
Yeah, we didn't want to mess up her perfectly blow-dried out hair, so it still looks good over there.
I told them I didn't have an appointment yet for tomorrow, so.
We had to grab a towel real quick and put over her head. But it was just awesome. It was an awesome team win, and we just couldn't stop from smiling because we never gave up, and we just kept playing for each other, and finally put it all together and got a win.
I think that's a good place to wrap. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So, thank you, everybody.